So where's your wife?
Where's my wife? My wife is in the country with her parents visiting for the weekend.
And you're here with a strange girl being a naughty boy.
Michael Douglas is a married man, but he's attracted to a sexy stranger, the wrong sexy stranger, in Fatal Attraction. It's one of 5 new films we'll be reviewing this week to kick off the new fall movie season. And I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times.
And I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune. We're getting a lot of thrillers now following the success of Jagged Edge, and for the most part, Fatal Attraction is just about as exciting as Jagged Edge, but in a little more subtle way. A smart guy makes one mistake and finds himself in a terrible and terrifying situation. Michael Douglas plays an attorney, a married man who has an affair with Glenn Close, an editor he's just met at a party with his wife.
How long have you been married?
9 years.
Do you have any kids?
Mm-hmm. Got a 6-year-old girl.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
So what are you doing here?
It's a torrid weekend for them while his wife and kids are away, but when Douglas wants to break it off with Glenn Close, she says no. She starts calling his house, trailing him, and when she tells him she's pregnant, Douglas is forced to confess his trouble to his best friend and law partner.
That's not the end of it, so after I talked to the doctor, this morning, I broke into her apartment. I know you. Me, a lawyer, breaking and entering. I don't know, I'm looking for something, anything to get a handle on what I'm dealing with here. I thought maybe I can find out she's sleeping with somebody else, you know.
He's genuinely scared now, and the tension level is turned up a notch when Glenn Close trails Douglas to his New York apartment and is talking to his wife when he walks in the door.
Haven't we met somewhere before?
I don't think so.
No, we have. Weren't you at that party at the Japanese place a few weeks ago? Honey, the exercise book.
Oh, yeah.
You're a lawyer? And you work for the firm, oh, what's the name? Well, anyway. We've definitely met.
Well, you have a good memory.
I never forget a face. It's a small world. Certainly is.
That shot of the 2 women facing him, when that shot comes up, we feel scared. He's scared even more than us. What I like about this script is that it doesn't cheat too much. Douglas does some logical things. I've been in so many thrillers where people don't do the right thing. I'm screaming, call the police, call the police. Well, he does call the police. In fact, he does tell his wife what's going on. And still, Glenn Close keeps bugging him, pushing him. This makes Fatal Attraction, really, if you think about it, into a monster movie. But instead of a mad slasher with a hockey mask chopping up teenagers like in Friday the 13th, here we've got a fine actress chasing a fine actor, and Ann Archer is no slouch as the wife. Except for a little bit of a hokey ending, I liked Fatal Attraction.
Well, you say a little bit of a hokey ending. I say the last half hour. And unfortunately, up until the last half hour, I was thinking in my mind Oscar material.
Yeah.
Because the movie is so psychologically convincing.
Yes.
It is absolutely, in terms of its dialogue, in terms of the character development, in terms of those performances.
Played real.
It had me right on line with it. And then I felt, at the end, I felt betrayed and I felt cheated because that last half hour, Gene, come on. Now, I don't want to give away the ending, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
It's got a Friday the 13th ending.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the scene where the monster isn't really dead. It's got that ridiculous, I won't give away too much, that ridiculous sequence involving the roller coaster and the traffic accident. Come on, it's like in the last half hour, they totally lost their nerve and just turned it into a Hollywood formula horror movie.
Yeah.
And I give a thumbs down because they didn't have the guts to stick with how good it was and how much better they could have made it.
And I think you're being too severe. In the in the course of the movies that we see, there is so much good in this film. I say it's good. We're seeing.
Well, but
I would not. So if a friend asked me to see it, I'd say see it, but be prepared to be disappointed.
I'd tell a friend, okay, that's great. Okay, then I would agree with that. See it, but be prepared to be disappointed.
At the end.
If you can leave after an hour and 20 minutes, you'll think you walked out of a great movie.